Growing up as part of a Navy family overseas in Japan was quite an experience. I was told I was an American, but as a brown kid, I could definitely distinguish myself as different from all the other Caucasian Americans and light skinned Asians that lived in our community. I also knew that I was Filipino because that's what my parents taught me. Even though I didn't understand a word they'd say in Tagalog or even knew any of the songs or celebrities that show up on Rated K or Gandang Gabi Vice, I was quite a confused kid, believing I was American but being treated differently, knowing I was Filipino even though I had no connection to the culture aside from the stereotypes that were used against me. And at one point, maybe even thinking I was Japanese because I lived there. Flash forward to my early high school days, and I found myself attending a meeting for a cultural club that my sisters dragged me to. And I overheard them talking about something they called gising na. In that meeting, I learned about a whole new side of Filipino culture that kickstarted my journey into finding myself through my culture. A journey that eventually led me to a welcoming community of people with similar struggles, but on the same quest to find out more from the nice people presenting at the front of the room at Park Boulevard. Another year later, and I found myself on the flip side, being the one to present about Filipino culture, heritage, and history to people who are on the same journey I myself am continuing, albeit on an online environment this year. It's been a long ride, and I know that it isn't finished, but if there's anything I took from these last few years, it is gising na. Wake up. Wake up and educate yourself, going past whatever information may be spent spoon fed to you. Waking up and realizing that there's so much more to be found out, but you have to start with the search. Wake up and remember that you're not alone on this journey and that there will always be people who need the help, service, and advice that you could only provide. My name is EJ Ruelos. I use he, him pronouns. And tonight, I'm running for the opportunity to get to serve you, the members of Andres Bonifacio Samahan, the same way this organization has served me as your next chairperson. This last year, as an e-board member myself, I experienced the firsthand pains of transitioning from an in-person to an online environment. And this upcoming year, we must do it all again as we slowly transition back into in-person meetings. One of my biggest goals is to ensure a smooth transition while keeping in mind the safety of not just the organization itself, but our valued general body members, as your safety is our top priority. While I might not be able to speak on when we'll be able to see each other again, I can ensure that our festivities will continue in both the online setting and hybrid setting until the moment is right for us to come back. But if there's anything else I learned from the transition we went through last year, it's that with change comes opportunity. An opportunity that I, along with many of my fellow e-board members, took to begin reinventing our positions and adjusting our outlooks. And what better time to do so than for our 50th anniversary? A time for us to reflect on the past and appreciate the long way we've come with the help of so many individuals who've served the community well, acknowledging those shoulders we stand upon, and to keep looking forward, thinking of new ways to continuously engage our members as we continue to uphold the values Andres Bonifacio himself carried. With that, I aim to keep our current momentum that we've built in the online environment, continuing to educate our members about issues our community and allies face. Being located in such a diverse community with a prominent Filipino population such as San Diego, I intend to help our club connect with these organizations, working on the behalf of all Filipinos and Filipino Americans, amplifying their voices and speaking out ourselves on these topics, making sure that our platform and network is used, as neglecting these connections is only a disservice to those who don't have them. Above all else, however, none of this is possible without the help and support of our GBMers, the heart and soul of the organization. We are living in a very difficult time, and that's something that can't be ignored. And while I can't guarantee anything for this upcoming year, what I can promise is that I will work my hardest to ensure that you have a welcoming and safe community to grow and find yourself in. Working with our pillars and encouraging them to collaborate with each other to ensure that all events hosted by AB Samahan is an experience that you can take along with you for the rest of your life. There will always be new challenges to face and strong leadership needed to help guide others through it. As chairperson, I hope to not only lead us through these ever changing conditions, but to thrive despite the hardships we face. I firmly believe that the experience I have accumulated in the past 8 or so years in my cultural journey gives me a unique perspective into how we can continue building a safe, welcoming, and all inclusive community for those figuring out the cultural identity. And even when the going gets tough, I'm empowered by the community that has uplifted me in the past. As chairperson, I only hope to provide the same to you. Thank you.